I forgot to open my music, guys. I'm a professional streamer.
I'm a big boy.
I am a big boy in several different ways that I'm not going to specify because I want to leave you guessing.
Big.
All right, let me get my music open so we're not just sitting here in awkward silence. Also, hello, JKR. I see you in chat using your favorite sound alerts. Okay, we're not going to play the only thing they fear is you.
Hello. Hello, JKR. I'm here inside.
We're not going to play Chala
headbox.
Head Chala because I don't want Toei on my ass. Here we go, metal cover of Eggman's theme from Sonic Adventure 2 by Lil V. That'll be some good background music.
Yeah.
You can tell that I was totally prepared today. And I totally didn't just realize like 30 minutes before stream, oh yeah, it's 7:30. I've been kind of just in a daze today. I slept until like 2 in the afternoon, and I just kind of spaced out for the whole day. At least I figured out how to tinker some settings in OBS to hopefully make things a bit more stable, and as I say that, I'm probably jinxing it. I would knock on wood, but I don't know if this desk is real wood.
There you go.
Thank you. Anywho's it, we are finally returning to Travis Strikes Again tonight.
Yay!
And given that, most of the game doesn't have Yep, the return of the old man. He's in every level.
Be prepared for more of my bullshit!
Alright, and, with that said, let's, get ready. Yes, it's not a proper start of a stream without that, as whenever you're present.
Thank you.
I had to remember which of my PlayStation profiles had our save on it, so that's also part of why I started late.
Weren't we on the Switch? I thought we were on the Switch.
No, I'm playing the PlayStation 4 version. Just because it runs better than the Switch version.
Gotcha.
And so I don't have to swing my arms around to recharge the katana and to do special attacks. Like, there's an option to turn it off, but like for Travis Strikes Again and No More Heroes 3, I'm playing the PlayStation versions just for better performance.
For clarity's sake, yes.
Yes, because especially 3 on Switch runs like ass, which is funny considering it was designed for the Switch.
There's a lot of games designed for the Switch that run like ass.
It was a Switch exclusive at first. It didn't get ports to other consoles until like a year or two later. Alright, when we left off, we had just gotten the second death ball after going on an adventure through multiple parts of the US involving a talking cat, a person who may or may not be the Antichrist, a locker.
I forgot about the text adventure thing.
Yeah, the text adventures are in between every level. And they're how we get access to the next levels. First, we need to get some new t-shirts. Because we got money.
You do.
We got $5,000 left. We can get the stripe edge shirt.
Nice.
We can get the stripe edge shirt that makes us look like... I hate that it's that color of stripe ed, because it's like, oh, it just looks like Chris Chan's shirt.
I was gonna say Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, there's a lot of the shirts that we can get are based on indie games that the director Suda51 is a fan of.
Nice.
Yeah, I bought some shirts last time. Like, we got the Hatofo Boyfriend shirt, the Hotline Miami shirt. Hotline Miami, without getting into spoilers for the story, Hotline Miami is a big reason that this game exists.
Nice.
Like Suda51 is in. There's an Undertale shirt.
Dude. You almost gotta.
Yeah, but I don't have the money for it. I'll get it next time. There's a Stanley Parable shirt that says I went to the mind control facility in the Stanley Parable and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. Disco Elysium, Bit Trip Runner, Super Hot, Papers, Please, lots of cool stuff. SteamWorld Dig, Hollow Knight.
Okay, so it's not Hatsune Miku. Okay.
Yeah, it's not Hatsune Miku. It's for something called Demambo.
Demambo? I hardly know.
Demambo, as opposed to God, what's the one I was thinking
Demambo?
of? De Lambada.
Gesundheit.
Let's see, which of my shirts am I gonna put on? You know what? Power of Justice, because...
Okay.
Mech. And we get a trophy for changing shirts.
Nice. Plus, it's like Lord Megatron's here with us.
Yeah. It's like he's here with us in spirit.
I could still hear his voice sometimes.
It's like he's haunting us to this day. Alright, so our next game is called Life is Destroy.
I approve.
For the record, the previous game was called Electric Thunder Tiger 2.
God, I remember that now.
And this one has FMV cutscenes, like old-style, like cheesy live-action cutscenes.
Oh, jeez.
Like some Sega CD shit. I love it. And apparently they had to censor part of it, as in, like, shoot an alternate version of, like, a character getting killed. You're not dead.
Sometimes.
You're just mostly dead. There's a difference between mostly dead and all dead.
Sometimes I could still read his text.
Yeah, they had to censor a scene of a character getting killed here. They changed it from, like, getting decapitated to getting his throat slit.
Ah, because that's better.
Yes. Because, like, the decapitation was, like, over-the-top gory.
Are we talking... Well, you wouldn't know. You didn't watch the Final Destination movies.
No, I'm talking, like, you know, Japanese
Destination
over-the-top gory, so, like, blood spraying everywhere.
Ah, so yes, like the Final Destination movies. Gotcha!
If you've seen, like, weirder side of Japanese movies, like a lot of the Takashi Miike stuff that Suda51's a fan of, you'll know what I'm talking about. Stuff like, Ichi the Killer, Tokyo Gore Police.
Die! 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 Oh, fuck! What are you living?
Pepsi Man?
No. Slightly less terrifying than Pepsi Man.
There's nothing more terrifying than Pepsi Man.
They're after Satan. Why don't you get it? So, you like games? Let's play a game of death.
His name's Mr. Doppelganger.
Guilty. Guilty. Choose. Choose.
And one of his powers is you can't escape his game of death. He forces you to choose your method of execution through, like, just his sheer power. And there's his weapon of choice. A wine bottle opener. A corkscrew.
Oh, jeez.
With a switchblade on it.
Okay!
So, like, in the original cut of this, which Suda51 showed off at a, like, interview event, it showed, like, his head flying off from the blood spray.
Ah. Life is destroy.
Destroy is a recurring word throughout, the No More Heroes series. Like, it mostly takes place in the town of Santa Destroy. There's a recurring boss called Destroy Man. We have Life is Destroy. That's exactly what a dead person would say. Yeah. So, instead, like, all the stages are some variation of top-down hack and slash in this game, but they put their own unique spins on it. In this one, you have to hit the cards to make the sections of the road rotate so you can get through the maze.
Nice.
So here we are, huh? Travis Touchdown. Yeah, you can voice Death and Drive.
You never learn, do you? I assume you know this, but this is a restricted area. It's closed off. You can't proceed any further.
The road keeps going. If there's a road, I'm gonna keep going.
There's a serial killer hiding in town.
Oh, wait. Sorry, different voice. There's a serial killer hiding in town, and all the roads have been closed.
Then just change the game's rules. I'll get rid of the serial killer for you.
Before that, we're gonna kill you.
Fine. Give me your best shot.
The pen is mightier than the sword. You can't use your spiffy little beam katana during dialogue. The rhythm of text will decide your fate.
Die! Destruction Assault Blaster!
Huh? Huh?
It won't work. Not enough points saved up.
You lucky bastard. Or whatever. Watch out for Doppelganger.
He has no limits.
Neither does the extent to which I'm gonna kill his ass. Yeah, it's a running gag. Like, every level, you encounter Death and Drive at the beginning. And they're always like, we're gonna kill you. And then they never do. Because the game keeps cucking you out of a fight with them. Also, our Ukrainian scientist is back.
Oh, her. Oh, God, I gotta remember what the fucking voice was. It's been so long. Let me explain what's going on here. Attacking the playing card. We'll spin the town panel, creating a path. To clear each maze, find a way to open the path to the house and go inside. Once you're inside, you'll need to take out all the enemies, kill them all.
You know, what's funny is we do get to hear her speak in No More Heroes 3, and your voice isn't far off from what we hear.
I was cursed with a more feminine voice, what can I say? What are you doing just standing there? Hurry up! Go, go, go! Oh yeah, that's right. It's go, go, go! Like, I gave her, like, the Fluttershy voice, but with a Ukrainian...
Yeah, Fluttershy with a, Eastern European accent.
I have to remember how I did it. Was it like this?
It was a little bit
I
lower.
think so. Like this?
Like, what you were doing previously was perfect for it.
Okay, well, then I'll just do that, then.
Yeah.
We'll keep Fluttershy for the cat.
Yeah, we'll keep Fluttershy for Jean is her name.
Okay.
Jean is also a recurring name. It was the name of, Travis's ex-girlfriend slash, killer of his parents slash, secret half-sister that he didn't know they were related. That was the final boss of No More Heroes 1. It's the name of his cat. And we also saw a little girl in a cutscene at the end of No More Heroes 1 that we still haven't gotten an explanation for up to this point in the playthrough, named Jean.
Nice.
Doppelganger once worked with pride to improve society, but when his intentions faced cold reality, it broke his heart. This house is where the first murder occurred. He killed his wife with a corkscrew. Then he attempted to kill his daughter.
That sucks, yo.
Yeah, each house gives you, like, backstory on Doppelganger, explaining, like, the history of his kills, who he killed and how he killed them and why he killed them. Like, there's some existential horror to this section of the game that doesn't really delve into, but is more implied. Because, trying to remember. Oh yeah, you have to... How do you recharge?
Well, I know you
R3,
jerk
I
off
think.
the sword.
L3, that's how. L3 and then shake the controller.
Oh,
But,
yeah, that's right. I forgot the PlayStation 4 had motion control.
Yep.
Very, very limited motion control, but motion control.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad that most games didn't make extensive use of it.
Oh my god, I just remembered one of my favorite games for the I think it was for the PS4, actually incorporated it quite well. It was a game called Folklore. I really wish they'd do a remake of it.
One of my favorite instances of it, which was still pretty early in the PS4's life, was a couple segments in Infamous Second Son where you do graffiti, and it has you hold the controller upright like a spray can and then pull the trigger and move it in like a certain movement to make it feel like you're spraying a spray can.
Nice. But man,
And then they
Core
never did
Memory
anything
Unlocked.
that cool with it again.
Yeah, Core Memory Unlocked, though, because, like, Folklore was, like, this weird game where it was, like, there were two different characters you could play as, a guy and a girl. They each had a different story going on, and it was like Pokemon, but you had to beat the ever-loving shit out of the monsters to catch them. But,
So it's like Pokemon.
Right, but, like, you had to actually, like, kill them, pretty much.
Oh.
It was fucking weird, but I loved it. Man, I want them to remake that game now.
I'm pretty sure you can still... if it's a PS4 game, then you could probably play it on PS5 at least.
No.
You
It
can't?
might have been PS3.
If it was PS3, then yeah, you're kind of screwed.
I'd have to look it up, to be honest. I just remember it had motion controls, like, to catch certain beasts, you had to slam the controller, like you were
Anyway, time to
slamming
drop
them.
a save.
Nice sensor bar.
Yeah, they,
That was a Deadpool game joke, everybody.
yeah, too bad Deadpool beat him to the punch of, getting creative with the sensor bar by, like, extending it.
Yep. We think we're done in this house.
Yep, we're done
my
with
arm.
this house, and now we're on to Maze 2.
Case 002. Electric Boogaloo.
No, we already beat the electric stage, remember?
I do not
That was
pretend to have a good memory.
That was stage 1.
Streets don't work like that.
They do if you hit the card enough. But yeah, as I was saying, there's a bit of existential horror with the whole doppelganger thing in this game, because it's based on like an in-universe real serial killer. So like we're seeing a fictionalized version of him, but he's still on the loose in the real world in this game's universe.
Oh, okay. I was like
Not like a real life serial killer in our world.
right.
But like in the No More Heroes universe, Doppelganger's still at large.
That's kind of freaky.
It would be like making a game about the Golden State Killer while he was still not captured. And while he was still actively killing people instead of just disappearing into a private life and then being discovered decades later. Doppelganger wasn't able to forgive those who fell through the cracks of society. There was a dope dealer out on parole who was living in this house, but he was secretly providing drugs to teenagers. So to make sure this dealer couldn't do any more damage, Doppelganger sliced him to bits with his corkscrew.
Like you do?
The thing that you're going to discover about the progression of his history of killing is that he starts out killing, like, you know, apart from the time he killed his family, he kind of views himself as a vigilante, trying to, oh, here's the old man. But before we get to the old man, he views himself as a vigilante, killing those who are a detriment to society, but his definition becomes more and more broad to where, as we saw in the intro, he kills someone just for getting mad at a video game.
Nice.
I'm back, fuckers! It's me, the grandpa with no eyes! Time for Grandpa's words of wisdom! Those who say they're your allies, are usually bad-mouthing you in secret.
My god, how fucking true.
Be careful of these people!
For once, his advice actually is relatable. I don't know whether that's scary or not.
Right?
Grandpa's on, like, some space brain shit. Then again, this was a dope dealer's house, so maybe he's on that good stuff.
Right.
He's just expanding his mind.
Adorable. That's adorable. I mean, unless Red Skull's your kink, in which case, more power to you.
Yeah, the enemy designs in this game are mostly variations on, like, skeletons. But they managed to come up with unique ways to make them instantly identifiable in a crowd. Anyway, Ukrainian lady again.
Yep, this is Dr. Juvenile. Basic attacks won't work again on enemies who guard. You have to break their guard with a heavy attack, skill or charge attack. Go, go, go! Disappointed, I did not get to say go, go, go.
Fun fact, did you know the soundbite from for like the elites from Halo 1 where they say wart wart wart? It is a clip of Johnson's voice actor saying go 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 played in reverse.
Ah! Did not know that.
Yep. It is just a clip of Johnson saying go 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 played backwards to make it sound like alien speech.
Wouldn't it sound like him saying oog oog oog?
You would think, but when you play the audio file backwards, it sounds like wart wart wart.
And now you all know something! Go out into the world and let them know that of which you have learned.
And by extension, and I've tested this out for myself out of curiosity, if you say wart, wart, wart in an audio file and then play it backwards, it sounds like you're saying go, go, go. I know this because back in my college days, before I got into more serious video making, we had ideas for, me and some of my friends had ideas for making a machinima series.
I can't find an audio recorder.
I'll
do it later.
We thought about making a machinima series inspired by Red vs. Blue, like, as was the style at the time.
Yes.
And we wanted to have a Covenant Elite character as part of the main cast who would speak backwards. And have subtitles for, you know, we would just have random phrases that would be sort of like a hidden message for those who play it backwards that don't necessarily translate to what he's saying in the subtitles. but we would also heavily filter it to make it sound more alien.
I used to experiment with backwards messaging.
Yeah,
ever since I
backmasking
became
is what it's
obsessed.
called.
Yeah, ever since I became obsessed with the whole like backmasking and music thing.
Yeah, Weird Al has a really creative use of backmasking in one of his songs.
Oh yeah, he has one of the single greatest ones ever done.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're playing this CD backwards.
Oh, I'm not even thinking of that one. What I was thinking of was he has a song on his, I think it's like his second or third album, called Nature Trail to Hell. And there's a part in it that has a backmask message in it making fun of like the satanic panic going on at that time in the 80s, where people thought that rock music had hidden satanic messages in it. And if you play that part of it backwards, it's him saying Satan eats cheese whiz.
Nice. My favorite joke ever made on the whole backmasking thing comes from Little Nicky of all things.
I haven't seen Little Nicky. My favorite take on backmasking in music outside of Weird Al comes from Mindless Self-Indulgence has a song called Backmask, where if you play it forwards, it tells you to kill yourself and everyone you love. And if you play it backwards, you get messages saying clean your room, get dressed for church, stuff like that.
But like the Little Nicky one is... go ahead with your dialogue for this.
This house marks part of Doppelganger's descent to madness. It was here that he took another step toward becoming a monster. He crucified a teenager who had killed his parents and gotten away with the crime. Then, in order to hear the criminal's voice, he ate his body. That's when he began to play host to a range of different personalities.
But yeah, like the Little Nicky one, at one point, they're like talking about, like, are there really satanic messages in music? Little Nicky goes, oh yeah, you wouldn't believe some of the shit people say. And then like someone goes, play an Ozzy Osbourne backwards. I bet he had a lot to say. Nah, Ozman was pretty clean about it, about his messages. But you want to see some freaky shit? Watch this. He pulls out a Chicago CD.
Oh God, Chicago.
Yeah, it starts playing it backwards, and it just goes, I, Lucifer, command you to spill the blood of the innocent. Dude, Chicago fucking rocks. Anyway,
Okay, that is funny.
yeah.
Grandpa time.
Grandpa's words of wisdom! When it comes to cheddar cheese, it's aged 2 years or nothing. Learn to tell the difference.
As truer words were never spoken, Grandpa.
I am by no means a cheese connoisseur, but I'll take his word for it.
One of the other best backmaskings ever done was actually Ozzy Osbourne during Crazy Train, where there's a part where he says, like, what the fuck's the line in the song?
If you tell me what part of the song, I could tell you. It's what I know that song by heart.
It's something about listening.
I've listened to preachers, I've listened to fools, I've heard all the dropouts who make their own rules.
No. Like, it's something like he's saying, oh yeah, I need you to listen to my words.
Okay.
And if you play that part of the song backwards, he says, I would, but I'm not listening.
Oh. Okay, Ozzy getting in on that's funny.
Yeah.
Also, JKR says Furret killed my chickens.
I mean, that's impossible, my dude. I haven't been on Minecraft since last night.
Did you do it last night?
Nope.
Then who's the chicken killer? The answer is it could only be Red Herring!
Red herring! Jakes, you owe me a Dr. Pepper.
I mean, on my end, there was like a second of delay, and that's what makes it through the stream.
Fair. But also, I am live with you, so...
And also, since you already owe me 2 Dr. Peppers, that just cancels out one of them by the property of go fuck yourself.
Fair.
I was gonna say via the transitive property, but then I'm like, wait, I can't remember what the transitive property is.
Also fair.
I'm no mathologist.
One of the freakiest backbaskings of all time is Britney Spears actually confessed that yes, she was forced into a backmasking message. The song "Hit Me, Baby, One More Time." There's a part where if you play it backwards, she says, "Sleep with me, I'm not too young."
You know, somehow not
years
somehow not
later,
surprising,
said,
given how like her whole like management and record label like heavily sexualized her when she was underage.
Mm-hmm. Sadly, I don't think you could do much backmasking these days.
Yeah, people would figure it out too quickly.
I love the idea of like having an alien race in something that talks completely backwards, and if you play like the video backwards or whatever, you get nothing but like nonsensical messages that mean nothing.
Yeah, that's what we were planning on doing with that machinima that never went anywhere.
So I love that idea.
Team 4-Star also planned on doing that in the first Cooler movie with the character Nace. Before they settled on him just saying, he was going to have backmasked speech as his dialogue, but what they were going to do was like they were going to reverse backmask it by having his voice actor Lani Pator speak phonetically backwards, and then they would reverse that to make it sound like he's speaking forwards in some sort of alien dialect.
Oh, jeez.
But that was so much work that they decided to just go with gibberish.
Eh.
And Weird Al also had to learn how to do that for the music video for Amish Paradise, because there's a scene that's filmed in reverse, and you see where you see like he's walking forward, but you see everything playing out backwards behind him. He had to learn how to say the lines to that part of the song backwards to make his lips match.
Yep, I remember that.
And he still remembers it to this day.
One of my favorite random Weird Al trivia things that most people don't know is the song Albuquerque.
Yeah. I love Albuquerque.
Yeah, whenever he performs that song in like the very rare times that he performs it in
concert?
at concerts, he does it as a stand-up comedy routine.
Yeah, he's doing it a lot more commonly now that he's on a tour where he's playing only, like, non-parody songs.
Mm-hmm.
And he includes new parts, like, well, first we'll do, the ramen guy.
I gotta... Was it me or... No, that was, JKR.
It was JKR, but you'll have to fill in for him. No, I'll fill in for him.
Okay.
Because I know what voice I want to do for this, because he reminds me of the hot dog stand guy from Clay World. We got a customer. Welcome. Come on in. Give me your best ramen. Sure thing. Here you go.
Nice.
This guy returns in No More Heroes 3.
Nice.
And that was Hakodate Shio, warms you up even in the sub-zero northern climate. The salt and seafood-based broth is amazingly smooth.
Nice.
But yeah, he includes a new bit where, like, when he talks about his hotel being visited by a big fat hermaphrodite with a flock of seagulls, hair cut in only one nostril, and then getting robbed by him. He stops the song to apologize for using the word hermaphrodite and accidentally coming off as transphobic during it, and talking about how at the time he thought it was a medically accurate term and that he didn't mean to imply anything about the gender identity of the person in question, and then talks about how language is fluid and evolves, and that that's a natural thing for things to do, and words' meanings change over time. Like, he stops the song to go into that. Then they start the song back up.
Nice.
And another bit they started doing is
love Weird Al.
Grandpa's here. But another bit that he does now is like at the end where he's supposed to lose his train of thought. He's like, actually, I forgot how the rest of the story goes. We're gonna have to start from the beginning. And then they start the song from the beginning.
Oh, God.
And then, partway through the first verse, he remembers how the rest of the story goes. And then they skip back to where they were at the end.
Nice.
Grandpa's words of wisdom. After parties aren't worth going to. There's nothing for you there.
It's not wrong.
But anyway.
Another grandpa.
Oh my God.
We're getting spoiled by grandpas today.
Grandpa's words of wisdom. Barletto's is not a real drink. You probably shouldn't buy it. Don't endorse Coca-Cola. Shoot for number 1. Then you could become the only one.
That's oddly
There can only be one.
Dark.
This is the spot where Doppelganger killed the most people at once. He killed all 82 members in a New Age cult facility. The red on the walls is a testament to his amazing record. Take it all in.
Oh my God. Ladybug Bug.
Ladybug Bug. A lot of the enemies' names are based off of pop singers and pop bands, and that one's based off of Lady Gaga.
Yeah, I kind of gathered.
Like your basic enemies are called the Bug Street Boys.
Oh God.
And then there's one called Soderbug based off of I'm trying to remember who it's based off of. Name's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember it. Like I said, it's been kind of a lazy day for me. I blame the weather. It's been all rainy and shitty here all day. And that affects the way my brain functions.
Yeah.
Also, my streaming schedule might be a bit fucked up next week because we're supposed to get heavy snow and storms. So, yeah, I might not be able to stream until the weekend because I might have to go over to my mom's just so I'm somewhere that has power and food.
Yeah.
And a cute
We're supposed
dog
to be
to
getting
keep
some
me
snow
company.
on Tuesday. My plan is to still stream Skyward Sword on Tuesday, but we'll see.
Yeah. It all depends on, like, what the forecast is for the area I live in.
Alright. My area is pretty good about even if there's snowstorms, we still are able to retain power.
My area is not, because we're mostly, like, a low-income area. So,
Right.
The power company doesn't prioritize us as much when it comes to restoring power.
Well, it's mostly because my neighbor is like a weird freak kind of person. And
One of
like,
those
has
prepper
generators
types?
set up has like generators set up everywhere. So it's like impossible for the power to go out unless like something really big happens.
God. Anytime people bring up, like, I got a generator in case the power goes out, it makes me think of,
Oh my God!
if that thing touches
Sir,
you die in one hit.
Require a Band-Aid. Be careful. Get caught by that sickly blue face of death chasing after you, and it's game over. Kick your ass high into... I thought it said kick your ass, like it would kick your ass.
No.
Kick your ass into high gear and hurry ahead. Run and run. He's like,
But,
go, but I said run.
anytime that people bring up like generators in case of a power loss, it makes me think of when my dad and my stepmom got married. It happened during like a major ice storm that affected all parts of my state for like a month straight. And they actually got featured in a bit in, I think it was like People magazine, about like most disastrous weddings, because they had to switch what church their wedding was in at the last minute because the church didn't have power.
Jesus. He got you.
Yeah, he got me in the middle of a transition.
See,
Luckily, I have some extra credits.
So, see, that's kind of cheap. It shouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, but thankfully it respawns back to its starting point every time it kills you.
Well, that's good.
And I believe it's the only thing in the game that can one-hit kill you, and it's only in this level. Just one look out the back, and you can tell it was the site of Doppelganger's next crime. He killed his victims after allowing them to taste complete and utter hopelessness. Even with all the routes of escape, they were killed in the middle of the home without having moved an inch. Once he had found them, they didn't even have a chance. Hey, Cloud. Cloud says that, you have to pay for the crime of killing the chickens.
But I didn't kill the chickens. So...
We established it was red herring.
I blame Levi. They're always looking for a reason to blame me.
Also, hi, Cloud. I saw your announcement that you're hoping to do a re-debut soon. I want to try and tune into that if I'm able to. Because I've missed catching your streams. You know, you've had good reason for not streaming, but I'll be happy to see you returning. And I can't wait to see what you've got in store that's been built up over all this break. Also, if I can figure out a good way to texture it, I thought of, well, first of all, I fixed that modeling error, that clipping error in my Maxine model with the skirt, where it would like lunge forward and stick through the front of the body.
Nice.
I managed to fix that after getting in touch with the creator of Vignon, the program that I use, and she walked me through how to fix that. It was real simple. But I thought of like, since with the program I use for making models and outfits, Vroid, you can create your own custom textures in like Photoshop and stuff and then import it into the program. I thought about making, like, it's based off of an image that a friend of mine who shall remain nameless, you don't know them, none of you guys know him, sent me like some fan art of like, he really likes his short stacks, and he really likes the Gardevoir evolution line. So it was a short stack Curlia that was wearing a t-shirt that says, "My boobs are so big because they hold all my hate for you," or something like that.
Oh god.
And I was like, I need that as a shirt for my Maxine model.
Oh god, yes, agreed.
Grandpa's words of wisdom! Gather round, children, and look deep into my non-eyes! It was all a dream! Huh? It's all in your head! Hold on! Hold back, darkness!
This was Nico, wasn't it? No, it wasn't Nico. It's someone that none of you guys have met, and that is not a part of my VTubing community stuff. It's someone that I talked to on Alt. for
Nice.
privacy's sake.
For those who don't know, that was the theme to Animorphs. No, I will not apologize.
I forgot the theme to Animorphs because I only saw a couple episodes as a kid, but I did have some of the Animorphs Transformers. Specifically, I had Visser 3 and, like, the good Andalite guy. The blue one. The Prince. Axe, yeah. I had him and I had Visser 3, and that was it. Who are you? Has Doppelganger come back? Just a passing assassin. Passing, you say? I'm not letting you through. Enough bullshit. Let's do this. This is your second trial, punk. You know what makes a mid-boss really terrifying? Skill application, productivity, and effectiveness. Die! Talking like that, you're just leaving yourself open. Bring it on. Yeah, all of the mid-bosses are always sheepmen of different colors. This is sheepman green.
Nice.
And they always talk about, like, you know what makes a mid-boss terrifying?
What makes a mid-boss terrifying?
They have a different reason each time you encounter one of them. In this one, it's like productivity and skill application.
God.
And they each introduce new variations on the attack patterns. So it's like incremental difficulty with each level. You know, if this game had released a couple years later, there probably would be an Among Us reference in this, given how much this is inspired and dedicated to the indie gaming scene.
Well, maybe if we ever get another Travis game, they'll do it.
It's kind of up in the air whether we're going to get No More Heroes 4, because, like, Suda51 has said that he intended for 3 to be the end of Travis's story, but at the same time, he said that about No More Heroes 2 back in the day. Basically, it's all up to, like, whether he wants to come back to No More Heroes or not. Because he doesn't own the IP, unfortunately. Marvelous does. So, like, theoretically, they could make one without him. Because they own it. They just have not done so.
It wouldn't be the same, though.
The closest they've gotten is No More Heroes 2, which he had minimal involvement in beyond being basically a creative consultant. And you can tell because it deviates a lot from his style of storytelling and gameplay design. So it's No More Heroes 2 is kind of the odd duck of the series.
Right.
And before we get to No More Heroes 3, I plan on streaming some other games that Suda51 has made that at least as many as I can get a hold of. Because starting from... In No More Heroes 3, it really is a this game too, but No More Heroes 3 especially is like a big celebration of his entire career as a game developer, and includes not just references to his previous works, but whole characters from his previous games, revealing that all of his games are in a shared universe.
Nice.
Like the whole opening cutscene to this game that was patched in on day 7. It was called the Day 7 patch, as opposed to the Day 1 patch, it ties in the beginning of this game to the game that was sort of like his breakout to stardom in the West, Killer 7. And says that the Killer 7 characters exist in the No More Heroes universe and have been doing stuff behind the scenes the whole time. And then the character of Kamui that we saw, the whole guy that may or may not be the Antichrist, is a character from a visual novel that he made back in the PS1 days that has a remaster on PS4. And then the sequel to that is where those, like, twin guys that were vaguely guiding Travis on where to go They're from the sequel to that visual novel.
Nice.
And that's also been remastered on PS4. And then Shadows of the Damned got a remaster very recently. And that ties into the backstory of
nice.
That ties into the backstory of one of the major characters from No More Heroes 3. And then he also worked on a wrestling game series at the start of his career, and a character from that is a major player in No More Heroes 3. Nico went bowling with Roman. Wrong Nico. My friend Nico Belmont, not Nico Bellic. Thankfully, I can restart from my last save.
Hey, Roman, you want to go bowling?
I still haven't bought or played Grand Theft Auto 4.
If it makes you feel any better, I've never got very far in it.
I still haven't gotten very far in any Grand Theft Auto game, but I'm enjoying Vice City so far. I think it's the 80s setting that I really like.
5. Is it 5?
5 is the most recent one.
Yeah. You wouldn't know because they keep fucking releasing it.
Yeah, but they're working on 6 next. They just don't have a confirmed release date for it.
September.
Did they announce a release date for it?
Last we heard, it's like gonna be late September.
Okay, so like general release window, but not a concrete date, I think. And I wouldn't be surprised if it got pushed back, given how big a scope this thing is.
Everyone's already waiting for them to say, hey, it's coming out next year.
Yeah.
Like, we're waiting for it. It's weird, though, because literally the only reason I'm excited for it is it's supposed to be, like, the very first Grand Theft Auto with a female protagonist.
Yeah. And, one thing I've seen that's gotten people excited about is that takes place in Vice City.
Yup.
And that's the first time that... Like, this is coming from someone who is not very familiar with Grand Theft Auto, didn't grow up playing it, only started playing it recently. I'm excited to see Vice City properly in HD instead of the kind of mess that was the remasters.
I do give them all the credit in the world, though. They did go back and actually fix all the issues that the remaster had.
Yeah,
so
there's some that are just...
now.
There's some, like, some of the visual elements that are just kind of hard-baked into how the game is made, and you can't really do much to salvage that. But it's not a buggy mess anymore, and they fixed a lot of the AI upscaled textures. It runs better, and even the lighting is more accurate to how it should look, instead of looking, like, overly post-processed.
Yep. Which, like I said, I give them all the credit in the world for that.
And the funny thing is that, well... Not funny for the developers of the remaster. As part of the patch that came out, the studio that did the remaster, Grove Street Games, their logo is removed from the splash screen for the remasters as of that update.
As it should be.
Because, like, they contributed to the patch, so it's not like they did nothing. But...
Right.
That, like, Grove Street is so synonymous, not just in Grand Theft Auto, they've done other remasters too, that are equally as badly received, like they did the infamously terrible, original Nintendo Switch version of Ark Survival Evolved, that ran at, like, unplayable frame rates and ran at resolution below the N64.
Yeah.
Like, sub 240p resolution, upscaled to 1080. And, yeah, they did that, so that their name is seen as poison to anything they work on. A doppelganger likes to kill his victims according to how they lived. Guns, knives, bombs. For the fatty holed up in his house abusing animals, he stuck a bomb into his gut and blew him up. Turn back now if you're afraid. Nah, I'm rooting for him now.
Right?
I'm rooting for him for killing animal abusers.
I do this.
Lindbug.
I get that reference.
Yeah, Sudify 1 loves his musical references. There's a reason that, like, when you ask him, like, what kind of games does he make, he doesn't say, like, oh, I work on this genre or anything like that. He says, I make post-punk video games. And the tagline for his studio, Grasshopper Manufacture, is Punk's Not Dead.
Damn right.
And I'm excited for his next big project, which we haven't heard much about other than confirming that's happening. Just as a refresher, because I have told you before, but it's been a while since we've done either of these games. His next game is going to be a collab with Swery65, the director of Deadly Premonition.
God.
It's going to be called Hotel Barcelona, and it's going to be a horror game.
Lord Megatron, if you're still with us, remind me, speaking of like voice works and stuff, remind me tomorrow and we will get my lines recorded for your Transformers thing.
Yes, I also need to record an audition for that, because I forgot that February doesn't have that many days left in the month before that deadline is due.
Yeah, well, I meant the Megatron Origins.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, too. There's, like, one minor role that he still needs filled that he hasn't cast yet. And I was going to throw in, like, a quick audition for it. Just so we can get the ball
figured you were
rolling.
still here, Lord Megatron, but I'm just saying, remind me tomorrow and we'll get my lines recorded.
Remind me to remind you to remind me.
After Good Boy Furry Times, which is also known as church.
Okay.
I haven't been in a while, and I should probably go and at least let them know I'm not dead.
Yeah. Oh, and as a little bit of catching you up on the No More Heroes lore for it, because I don't expect you to go through and watch all those previous No More Heroes streams, the secondary protagonist to this game, Badman, the guy played by Steve Bloom, is the father of one of the bosses from No More Heroes 1 that we killed, Bad Girl. And he's trying to, A, get revenge on Travis for killing her, and B, gather all of the death balls and complete them to resurrect her. That was the sheep man.
Was it?
Yeah, we already talked to him.
Okay.
There was no bug extra in that house, I think. Either way, we can always come back here, because the toilets act as checkpoints that you could skip to.
I honestly thought it was. I thought it a little bit.
They use basically the same in-map model, but they have different sprites when you talk to them.
Huh. I could have sworn Sheepman was white and Bug Extra was black. Maybe I'm just going blind and crazy.
It's also just been a while since I played this game.
Don't you fucking dare, Lord Megatron. Okay.
So far, you have one audition for the Senate Guard. Yeah, I'll still throw in an audition for that.
I was worried he was gonna start typing out the rats thing.
No, don't give him ideas. I should probably equip some of these skill chips that I've been getting. I should probably level up my character. He's only level 2. That's part of why I'm dying so fast. Also, fun little fact. All of the skill chips in this game are named after different Gundams.
Nice.
Like, we got the Wing chip, we got the Shining chip, we got the Turn A chip, we got the 00 chip, the Psycho chip.
Nice.
Yeah, Sudify1 just loves throwing in pop culture references to, stuff that he's interested in. And also throwing in tons of references to stuff he's worked on. Like, think of him... I like to put him in the same kind of category as Hideo Kojima, of, like, those auteur video game directors, where, like, they have a very distinctive style and very specific things that they like to include in all their games. Like, you know a Hideo Kojima game when you're playing one, even without having to, look at the person who made it. Just like you know if you play Suda51's games, you can tell Suda51 worked on them just from, like, the vibe.
Right.
And you can also tell which ones he was less directly involved in. Like, Lollipop Chainsaw was highly hyped up before release as being a Suda51 project, but he wasn't actually that heavily involved with its direction. A lot of it was more James Gunn. And this was pre-Guardians of the Galaxy. But, for the people that liked my Lollipop Chainsaw streams, Juliet makes an appearance in this game via a lawyer-friendly cameo. As in, he didn't have the rights... He didn't have the rights to use Juliet Starling from Lollipop Chainsaw, so we get a character who is her in everything but name.
Nice.
According to Doppelganger, murder was his duty, his work, his fun, and his pleasure. He was a brilliant killer precisely because he loved killing so much. In this house, in front of the whole family, he killed their father. But nobody even pressed charges. It's like they were waiting for him to do it. By the way, you want to know what job Doppelganger had before he became a serial killer? And what kind of colored his whole worldview about, like, becoming a vigilante? He was a social worker.
No, that checks.
He was a social worker who worked with, like, people in, you know, rough, low-income, high-crime environments. And the thing that pushed him to becoming a vigilante serial killer in lore is that he saw time and time again that despite all of his work, people would not do anything to better themselves. So he's like, if they won't fix their problems, then I'll just get rid of people who are a detriment to society.
Indeed.
Like, there's a lot of thought put into this character who is very minor in the grand scheme of No More Heroes.
Honestly, that's the kind of story I like, where even the most minor of characters have, like, just, like, these elaborate backstories.
Yeah, Suda51 has a lot of that stuff for, like, even just minor NPCs that just serve as basically shopkeepers in some of the games. Like, you know that sexy scientist lady, Dr. Naomi, from No More Heroes 1 and 2? You would know her if you saw her, because the one time you were on for a No More Heroes 2 stream, you went gaga over her because of her jiggle physics.
Oh, okay.
That was in No More Heroes 2. Her bio for No More Heroes 1 says that she has a dark secret that she refuses to share with anyone. And you want to know what that dark secret is?
But it's a secret.
They do tell you what the secret is.
It would be disrespectful to her if we learned it.
She's 65 years old.
Oh, jeez.
Bug extra.
Hey, Grandpa's words of wisdom. Do I have like two sets of eyes, and that's the problem?
He has
My
two
eyes just
skulls.
don't know where to go?
He's got two skulls stacked on top of each other.
Oh my god, I just...
Because you see, he's got like two sets of ears as well, and two noses.
Yeah, I just noticed the two sets of ears. That's kind of freaking freaky.
Video games are fun! You should check out Rasho's work! There you'll find the truth! Not from me, though! I'm too fucking old to give you the truth.
We got a customer. Welcome. Come on in. Give me your best ramen. Sure thing. Here you go. Whenever it comes to, like, specifically food cart operators, I always think of the hot dog stand owner from Clay World. Like, not the guy that ran the hot dog stand, the guy that owned it. His name's Chester. Because, like, he's a very minor thing in Clay World, but he sticks out to me because he's just so quotable. Like, one of my favorite things is, like, it's like I always say, if you're gonna sell hot dogs. And they just turns and walks away without saying anything.
That's beautiful.
Abura Soba, a next-generation ramen pioneer as opposed to a Ryan pioneer. No soup, all new flavor. Why would you have ramen without soup? That's disgusting. That's just spaghetti.
You're not wrong.
It is not ramen without the broth. That is offensive.
Then you just got flavored noodles, and then, like, what are you doing with yourself?
It's like, I've been marinating my spaghetti, and I'll call it ramen. Also, I've noticed whenever I go on tangent, like, jokingly angry tangents about stupid stuff like food, I go into, like, a Brooklyn Italian accent. I'm not doing it on purpose, it's just through instinct. I think I picked it up from, like, early JonTron with the whole, like, this suit, it's Giorgio Armani. Actually, my dad knows. Fuck you!
You're officially
like,
that guy.
That just stuck with me, and it's a verbal tick that I can't turn off.
Honestly, I always catch myself every once in a while. Anytime I do the shame on, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me 3 times, yeah, you're officially that guy. And that's where he goes into that whole Giorgio Armani thing.
Yeah. Another one that I go to is the old George Bushism of fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you can't fool me again.
I like that. That's actually pretty good.
That is an actual thing he said while president.
God.
He also said it was a saying in Texas. They say it in Tennessee too, but it's in Texas. He said that as a preface, as if fool me once, shame on you is a region-specific saying.
I got nothing to that.
Okay, I gotta lure him over here. It's like Pac-Man, but in reverse.
That's twicky. That's awfully twicky.
Aha! Starting to figure this out, he says, as he probably screws himself over. Hey, Shadow Dragon. How you doing, mate?
Hello, Shadow.
So can we talk about how the city planning for this neighborhood is absolute dog shit? Almost got me there!
I mean, the fact that literally anyone could just come along and switch how their roads work.
It's okay, I've got extra lives.
Nice. So my other go-to JonTron quote, though, that I say all the time is nope, 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 so much nope.
Oh, you've been playing Asura's Wrath. I've got that game on Xbox. I just haven't played it yet. I've been meaning to for years. I just never get around to it. It's a CyberConnect 2 game, so I know I'm gonna like it. And another thing I know is that, like, at the time it was coming out, it was hyped up as, like, a God of War competitor from Capcom. But what it actually is more like is basically, like, what if it was an anime that you could play? Not like an anime-based game, but, like, a whole-ass anime series that you controlled. That's Asura's Wrath.
Nice.
And also, what if you had to pay extra to get DLC to get the actual ending to the game? Because Capcom in the 2010s.
Yeah, I remember that.
Everyone was pissed about that.
I could only
Rightfully
imagine.
so. I wish that, like, I know I see a lot of people asking for, like, a remake or remaster of Asura's Wrath. I don't even want that. I just want a version that includes the DLC as part of the base game.
Right?
That's all it needs.
But that was back when, like, when DLC was a thing and, like...
Before it was...
experimenting with it.
Yeah, it was when, like, DLC was usually expansions rather than, like, in-game currency.
Right.
Or skins.
Of course, that was also around the time of the infamous horse armor.
That was post-Horse Armor, because Horse Armor was, like, one of the first cases of a microtransaction that was purely cosmetic, and proved so successful that it snowballed into the hellscape of monetization in games that we see today. There was a skit that I saw on, like, when I was just going down the YouTube Shorts rabbit hole, because I'm still banned on TikTok. I still don't know why I'm banned on TikTok, I just am. And it was like someone traveling back in time, Terminator style, to prevent themselves in the past from buying the horse armor, knowing in the future what DLC will be like.
Oh, God.
Also for, there's this one, I wish I knew the channel's name. But it was someone in the YouTube Shorts who does a series of shorts where he's playing, like, a father... He's playing, dual roles as a father and son, where the father, was a Gen 1 Pokemon fan from, like, when Pokemon first came out internationally. And the son is a newer Pokemon fan, and they, like, find ways to bond through... their shared love of Pokemon through different generations, and also it's just wholesome but also funny. But there's one that sticks out to me where it's like the son's like, "Dad, I know you've been going through some hard times financially lately, so I bought you a little something to try and cheer you up." And the thing that he bought him was a first edition holographic Charizard card.
Oh, nice.
And, like, the dad's not a fan of Charizard.
I have no idea what the fuck you're supposed to do.
I know what I'm supposed to do, it's just I'm doing it in the wrong order. I have to get into that house over there.
Right.
I just have to arrange, like... There's certain cards that I'm not hitting that I need to. Like, the gag in the short is, like, the dad's like, "Son, do you have any idea how rare and valuable a first edition holographic Charizard is? Thank you. How the hell did you afford this?" And the son's like, "You haven't checked your credit card statement, have you?"
Yeah. That would be about right.
Keep in mind, he bought it for him because he's bummed out due to having financial problems.
Right.
Okay, I think I see what I need to do now. I think I do, at least. First of all, I need to get this guy off my ass.
Yeah. A shame you can't kill Mr. Chompy Chomps.
Yeah, but he's a one-level gimmick, so you never see him again after this.
Right. Okay. Alright.
I feel
Good
the
thing.
hamster wheel turning in my head, in my mind palace.
Sounds painful.
A lot of people say, like, oh, I can see the gears turning in someone's head. I'm like, I don't have gears, I just have hamsters running on wheels very fast.
My hamster died.
I never had a hamster. I wasn't allowed to have a hamster. My mom doesn't like rodents of any kind. She says they're all rats.
I met
She
the
also
hamster
in
my
particular
head.
doesn't she also in particular doesn't like ferrets. She calls them weasels.
Huh.
And the way it's like
She's
when
not
you say when you
wrong.
call them weasels derisively like that, it sounds like you're saying it as a slur.
Right. It's just, she's not wrong. She's just racist.
Yeah. Doppelganger always makes the final blow himself. With guns, it's always point blank. The holes in the wall are from lining up his victims and executing them, one by one.
And I mean that lovingly towards your mom.
Yeah.
What is the line from Falcon Winter Soldier? She's not wrong. She's just, or she's out of line, but she's right. Because they are weasels.
Yeah. I think that another reason she doesn't like them is because our old neighbors, before those neighbors moved away, had ferrets. And they kept on getting out and escaping into our yard. And then that would freak out our dog, Olive, because she's a hound dog. She's a hunting dog. And we would have to, like, she would freak the fuck out. We'd have to keep her restrained, and we'd have to get the neighbors to be like, come get your ferrets before they get killed.
Before they become schnacks.
Yeah. She also says that ferrets stink. And I'm like, how do you know that? You've never been around ferrets.
I mean, okay. Ferrets do stink, but there are ways around that people don't realize.
Like just being a good pet owner.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like, she hates ferrets, she hates hamsters, but she will take in an injured bunny if she finds one.
Aw.
In fact, she did when I was a kid, and that was actually kind of traumatizing for me, because it was the first time I encountered an animal dying, because it had been injured by a cat, and she took it in and put it in a little box for it to recover, and it passed away after a few days.
Oh.
It was, like, paralyzed from the attack. So yeah, in her attempt to try and save an animal, instead of taking it to the vet, like she should have, she ended up giving me childhood trauma. Which, you know, a little childhood trauma builds character. Remind me again, is the co-op in this game local, online, or both? It's local, but on the Steam version, you can do remote play together.
The stream got dark.
I mean, we are in the stage about a serial killer.
That's fair.
It's not like No More Heroes hasn't gone to dark places before. There's a reason that they had to fast forward through,
So there was a bug extra in the top corner, by the way.
Right, I'm just saving. There's a reason that, they had to literally fast forward through, Adult Gene's entire backstory monologue in No More Heroes 1, because the contents of it were so severe that if they played it in normal speed, it would have jacked up the age rating too much.
Mm.
But if, like, genuinely, if you slow down the footage, you can hear her explaining it normally.
Grandpa's words of wisdom. Don't believe music. 80% of music is drugs. The other 20% is pharmaceuticals.
God damn it!
Grandpa, what does that even mean?
The fact that those are literally the same goddamn thing!
It's a distinction without a difference.
I mean, okay.
Not all drugs are pharmaceuticals. Some of them are plants.
Right.
Travis, you're familiar with insanity. You can feel it, can't you? Doppelganger's digitalization has increased his purity as a killer even further. Don't hesitate, otherwise you're screwed.
Alright.
We're finally about to fight Doppelganger.
Alright.
But we gotta drop a save first.
Good.
It's a good thing there's 2 saves back to back. And the whole drop a save thing is something Travis actually refers to it as in No More Heroes 2.
Nice.
Like, he's aware that he's saving his game by taking a dump.
That's actually pretty funny. Alright. Here we go.
I'll have you
I got
play Doppelganger.
You got Travis. Yeah, I was about to say. Looks like Constantine with a scarf. My name is Doppelganger Patrick Gradanda Jr.
Grenada.
Granada. My name. I am a professional killer. Why would you get in my way?
A killer? You're just a crazy-ass murderer. This game is bullshit. The developer really sucks.
She's a genius. I give birth to her, and she gave birth to me. A perfect cycle. A true succession.
You're, like, really fucked up, huh? But whatever. Sometimes you just gotta deal with weirdos like this, I guess.
You make me. You think an assassin can kill a killer? See for yourself how different we are.
Yeah, I guess we are pretty different. I just noticed. A dude who kills by instinct, and a psycho who kills for work. Let's see who's the strongest.
Here's my doppelganger technique. One hit, and you're dead.
Perfect. I've been wanting some excitement.
I can hear the sound. The sound of blood coursing through your veins. Now, it's time to kill.
I'm gonna reset your very existence.
Bert is gonna go grab a snack.
Okay.
I'll be right back, like super quick.
Okay. No rush. I'll just be fighting Doppelganger. And, probably fucking up along the way. Alright, phase 2. I guess I'll fill in for him for this. Doppelganger 2! Come on, bring it! Bring on phase 2!
Sorry.
I didn't know there would be Yeah, I didn't know there would be mid-battle dialogue.
What, did I miss anything important?
No, it just popped up.
Okay. Doppelganger 2. Change. Doppel 2.
So we have to find out which one's the real Doppelganger. It's the one dabbing, usually.
Oh, God.
And if you run out of time, without hitting the real doppelganger, you die in one hit.
Oof.
I'm also playing on hard mode unintentionally because I'm experiencing that glitch that happens with my TV sometimes, where the picture turns black for a few seconds, but it doesn't come through on stream. Like, I think I just need a new TV.
Yeah, probably.
This was a cheaper model.
3.
Your final form, huh? What are you gonna do? Mutate and get real big?
That was proposed, but it got scrapped for spec reasons.
Huh? The hell does that mean?
Don't worry about it. I was just thinking out loud. Brownie cough. Change double 3.
There he is. And now there's 3 of them. It's almost like we've seen this before in a No More Heroes game. Specifically, the first boss of No More Heroes 1 did this same trick. Trying to remember what that one's name was. Death Metal was his name.
Ow.
What's our rank? S! Hell yeah. I totally didn't die at all during that. It says 0 deaths.
I feel like that might be a lie.
I think it only counts for the fight.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe the boss.
Yeah.
You managed to defeat me. So this is what an assassin is. This is the truth. The fuck is happening to his head?
That like blue face thing that was chasing us is a second face on the lower half of his head. That was covered up by his scarf.
Okay.
You see?
Yeah. It's now clear that you're just like me.
I'm nothing like you. You're just greedy. More greedy than anyone when it comes to killing. But you lack something crucial. Human emotion.
That's not true, assassin. I'm full of joy and happiness.
Having joy without sorrow means you're just an empty specter.
Sorrow? What?
Go wander hell for a while, Spectre. Then you'll know sorrow and pain.
Hell? No. No. No! Mama! Mama, 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 mama! Help me!
You're no longer even human. Just a demon.
I'll kill you!
Doppelganger had become less than human. I think he would have been satisfied being beaten by you. He's still at large in the real world, though. I guess I need to be careful. I think of SpongeBob with Mama like mama 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 mama. That's a good one, Shadow Dragon. Mama 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 Man Ray. That was also one of my favorite episodes of SpongeBob. Any Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy episode was guaranteed to be good.
Oh, yeah. Especially back in the day when, forget the guy's name.
Ernest Borgnine was Mermaid Man,
Ernest
and
Yeah.
Tim Conway was Barnacle Boy. They've officially been retired as characters out of respect for both of their voice actors passing.
I forgot Tim Conway passed.
Yeah. Doppelganger wasn't just a weirdo. Wasn't a weirdo, a pervert, or a psycho. He was just a straight-up murderer. His soul is still wandering that city, most likely in search of his daughter. Is that his atonement? No. He was just an arrogant fucking snob. Always looking down on people. How full of shit. For the record, the daughter that he's talking about is juvenile. He was her stepfather who adopted her and then became a serial killer. And that traumatized her into making a game about her serial killer stepfather, where his evil traits are played up to inhuman levels.
Huh.
Oh, we got facts from Jean, the cat.
Oh, jeez.
The cat can send faxes. Okay.
It just says feed me.
And we also got a fax from Kay, our favorite God Bless America person. The one who always ends his messages with God Bless America and gives us details on Juvenile's life. Which are we gonna read first, a fax from Kay or a fax from Jean? Because you were voicing both of them.
What voice did I give Kay?
I can't remember.
Ah, fuck it. Travis Touchdown. You've come this far, then allow me to congratulate you on clearing the game. You're the first human to ever manage to clear two death drive games, and honestly, I'm pretty surprised. I've been sending these over and over, hoping that you'll give up and turn back. But the fact that I'm about to run out of paper apparently means you have no intention of doing so. In that case, hopefully telling you who I am will provide my message, with a bit... I lost my place in the
With a bit more authority.
My message with a bit more authority. My name is Clark. I'm Dr. Juvenile's lover, which comes after clearing these games, or what comes after clearing these games is nothing short of a tragedy for the entire human race. I just pray that you don't end up becoming the one pull the trigger on this tragedy. God bless America. Okay.
And now, a fax from Jean.
I am currently in a dark, wide, open place. Wow, Cloud. Timing.
Yeah, I'll try to remember to raid Lily Darkmoon when the stream's over. We're not done yet.
Yeah.
We still have to at least do the text adventure segment.
Oh, God.
Which this time it's shorter.
I am currently in a dark, wide open place. It seems really high up. I can't see the bottom when I look down. It's like looking into the abyss. I can feel something looking back at me. I'm completely lost. Please come for me quickly. Jean.
Yeah, every time we clear a new stage, Jean gets lost somewhere in the previous stage, and you have to find her.
Oh.
So now we have to go back to Electric Thunder Tiger, and she always gives you a clue as to where she's lost.
Okay.
This isn't mandatory for progression, I think. It's like a side quest. But still, you don't want the kitty to be lost on her own.
No.
Especially not a talking kitty. Like the previous text adventure segment said, it's every cat lover's wet dream. A cat who can talk.
3 years since tragedy struck.
You have to like play through the whole mission.
No,
again,
you can
or?
choose. You can choose a starting point. I'll start
Give
like
us a
midway through the
clue.
stage because I think that's where it is.
Something about high up and looking into a void.
Yeah, it's somewhere in this area. If not, it's like the area right before it that leads into here. And as an audio cue, when you're getting close to her, you'll hear her meow. Okay, skip this because we've already seen it. I never claimed to be good at this game, to be fair.
Good at video games. Nobody's that.
I'm better than Billy Mitchell. At least I don't have to cheat to win.
That's fair and also vague.
Oh, you don't know about the Billy Mitchell stuff? Pro video game player from Pro video game player from the 80s, held world records for Pac-Man and Donkey Kong.
Oh,
exposed,
yeah.
Exposed years later for cheating to get his high scores. And he sued a YouTuber who covered his cheating scandal, and I believe he lost that case.
What was it meaning vague? I'm trying to remember what the word I actually wanted
Ominous?
to say was. No. It'll either come to me or it won't. I honestly don't even remember what I was saying.
Yeah, he sued Carl Jobst, and I believe that either they settled or he lost that case. Because wasn't there a thing about, like, he lied in court under oath?
I do know that the game Pixels,
yeah, the guy that,
his character.
Yeah, Peter Dinklage's character is based off of Billy Mitchell. And there was a character in an episode of Regular Show that was based off of Billy Mitchell, who Billy Mitchell got so mad over that parody of him that he sued.
He almost sued Pixels, but, like, for whatever reason, it never happened.
A lot of times he would threaten to sue and then not actually go through with it.
Yeah, but the thing with the whole Pixels, how he cheats in that, is just so fucking stupid.
Yeah, because there's no... First of all, there's no cheat codes for Pac-Man. Second of all, how do you enter a cheat code in a car?
And as you're playing as a ghost.
Yeah.
Like, you're one of the bad guys. What a fuck cheat are you gonna use to win as a bad guy?
I really wish that Pixels hadn't been done by Adam Sandler, because it started as a really cool short film. And then it just got turned into that mess.
My thing is, and here's the weird, like, the really weird, like, truth about Pixels, it would have actually have been a good movie if it hadn't had Josh Gad.
Yeah, Josh Gad's a drag to anything he's in.
Well, I mean...
In terms of, like, his movie roles, he's good on Broadway.
I was also going to say he was good in Beauty and the Beast. Like, he was he was an excellent choice for LeFou.
Look, I just have a grudge against him for playing Olaf, which I still haven't seen Frozen.
Oh, yeah,
but I have seen
100%.
that. I have seen that awful Christmas special that they aired in front of Coco.
Extra. Oh right.
Yeah,
right,
but
yeah.
I started at the wrong place. So I'm gonna have to reload.
Okay.
But
yeah.
I will forever despise him solely for wasting my time for like 20 minutes when I just wanted to see Coco with my family on Thanksgiving.
If you ever really want to truly just despise the guy, even though, I mean, it's not his fault, like, by any stretch of the means. He was just terribly casted in a terrible movie. But the, is it Argus Filch?
Artemis Fowl.
Harry Potter. Artemis Fowl, yeah. I was gonna say no.
Yeah, the Artemis Fowl movie was a disaster, to my understanding, to the point where, like, it launched on Disney Plus and it's no longer on Disney Plus.
Yep. In fact, it's lost media now because you can't find it anywhere.
Nice, of course.
Well, I mean, it's not lost media because you can find it on other sites. It's just not officially available anymore.
Right. But,
yeah, lost media is where there's no way to watch it even unofficially.
Fair enough.
I say this because I'm into the lost media community and have tried to help in some searches before. So I'm like real particular about what qualifies as lost media.
But yeah, he was so horribly casted in Artemis Fowl. And here's the fucked up part. He is not a tall guy by any stretch of the means. He is, I mean, he's not short, but he's short. They cast him as a dwarf, which, okay, in the books, that character is short and is a dwarf. For whatever fucking reason in the movie, they decided to make dwarf like they're giants. It makes no fucking sense.
If I had a nickel for every time that Disney made dwarves giant, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't much, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Oh, the Forger from
The Forger from the MCU. Yeah.
Which that's actually accurate to the comics, so I don't hold that against them at all either.
Okay, I didn't know that because, again, I'm not much of a comic reader. Apart from, like, very specific characters or franchises that I follow. I don't follow, like, a lot of Marvel stuff. I just pick up the occasional, like, trade paperback of Deadpool stuff.
The only thing about that wasn't accurate was that he mentions that Thanos wiped out the rest of his race and then fused his hands so that no one could ever make another Infinity Gauntlet. That never fucking happened in the comics. In fact, I don't think he had any part in building the Infinity Gauntlet.
Also, the Infinity Stones were completely changed throughout all of Marvel media thanks to the MCU. Because in the comics, they weren't originally called the Infinity Stones, and they didn't look like that.
Yep.
They were called the Infinity Gems, and they all look like just little round gems.
Yep.
It's part of why it kind of makes sense. Why, if you remember Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite's Collector's Edition, it came with, like, a carrying case that had the Infinity Stones inside of it, and they were modeled after their comic appearance. But as a result of making, plastic, half-dome, egg-shaped, gems with lights in them to make them light up that you can't remove from the case because they're, like, glued in. It just made it look like you paid a premium price for this collector's edition, and you got a fancy case that had a bunch of plastic Easter eggs in it that light up. It's infamous for being one of the worst collector's edition bonuses of all time.
Yeah, I have a replica of the Infinity Gauntlet, and as well as a replica of the one Iron Man uses.
Oh, speaking of Infinity Gauntlet merch, did you know about the official Infinity Gauntlet oven mitt that was included in a loot crate that they had to recall?
That's no good.
Know about it? I had it.
You had it? Oh God.
Well, Wizard had it, but we had it for like the longest time.
Oh God, I hope you didn't try to use it to cook.
Nope. We just kept it on display. I forget what the fuck happened to it. I think our friend, I'll just call him, trying to think of a nickname for him.
Dickard.
No. I'll just call him
Marjabel.
Straxus. I'll call him Straxus because that was his D&D character. I think Straxus took it.
Okay.
Because he took some of Wizard's stuff.
But for those of you that aren't aware of the Infinity Gauntlet oven mitt, it was recalled because it was such a shitty oven mitt that it would melt at moderately high heats.
And catch fire.
Yes. It's, I think, the only thing Loot Crate ever had to recall.
Loot Crate doesn't really exist anymore either.
They kind of exist, but not in the form that they used to.
What pissed me off was I signed up for their subscription to the Avatar set. They're supposed to do a series of 4 for Avatar: The Last Airbender. They only ever did 1. And it was for the Water Tribe. So I got a cute little statue of Katara, who honestly is my crush from that series, and I absolutely love my little Korra statue. But the problem is she's one of 4 things that are supposed to connect together into one big statue.
Oh, that's the worst kind of thing to never get completed. I hate that.
Yeah.
I never bought any of the Loot Crates. I never signed up for the service. But I do have one thing that was a Loot Crate exclusive. Just
Straxus
because
is the same person who has your baseball bat with a saw in it. Megatron.
The only thing I have that was a Loot Crate exclusive is something that my mom found complete in box at the local thrift store. And it is a little, like, mini replica of the Planet Express ship.
I have that somewhere, too.
She thought it was going to be something rare. I'm like, it's from Loot Crate. It's worthless. But I still like it because it's Planet Express ship. It's a cool ship design.
I almost had mine signed by Billy West, but I opted out of it and got a picture that's got a bunch of his different characters on it. I have met a lot of really cool celebrities in my time.
I've met some cool voice actors, and I've also met Vic Mignogna, which is decidedly less cool.
I said, dude, I seriously hope Travis Willingham, how do you say his last
Willingham.
name?
Willingham.
I seriously hope Travis Willingham comes out here to GalaxyCon.
If he does, I've got a copy of Blaze Blue Continuum Shift Extend that he needs to sign for me.
Nice. Speaking of
because that was my introduction to his work, and his character from Blaze Blue, Relius Clover, is my favorite character that he's played. He's such a bastard villain, but in a fun way.
So my favorite character he's played is, and I didn't even know he was the voice of Fire Fist Ace.
Yes.
From One Piece.
He started voicing him during... Obviously, he started voicing him during the Funimation dub, because...
Right.
Yeah, he didn't do 4Kids stuff.
Nope.
He was also... The role that rose him to prominence in the early days of his career was that he was Mustang in Full Metal Alchemist.
Right. That I knew, and I also knew he was the voice of Knuckles.
Yeah.
And some stuff, but I never knew...
He also voiced Zavok in Sonic Lost World, but nobody likes Zavok. The Deadly Six are never going to be a thing, Sega.
And yet, in the comic dub that we're doing, they are actually the main villains of the final story arc.
Yeah, a lot of people say that they wish that the Deadly Six had been written like they were in the IDW comics from the beginning. Because in the games, they are literal nothing characters. They are just defined by each having one, like, personality gimmick, and that is the only thing that distinguishes them.
If he does go to GalaxyCon, you want him to sign something Mortarmaster Mensor related. Okay. Well, I mean, he's going to GalaxyCon Richmond.
It's about whether he goes to GalaxyCon Oklahoma.
Yeah, GalaxyCon OKC.
Yeah.
No, the one that I'm waiting for them to announce, and I know that Lord Megatron's going to want this as well, is they keep hinting that they're getting more Hell of a Boss people, and the voice of Millie is finally touring, and I'd be willing to bet you any day now they're gonna announce her as a guest. She is literally the last person I need to sign my Hell of a Boss poster.
I hear Jean meowing, so this is the area that she's in.
Yeah, I hear her too, so I'll be quiet for a minute.
She's on one of these platforms, so I just need to spin things the correct way.
Okay. But yeah, she's the last main character I need on my Hell of a Boss poster. Because I was able to get just about everybody else in December.
I like that there's directional audio for her meows to make it easier to find where she is. That's really smart design.
Indeed.
Sound design, at least.
Sorry if I keep yawning. I didn't get to have my nap today.
It's okay. I appreciate you
Alright.
showing up. Even if you are a bit eepy.
To be fair, I'm pushing 40 years old. I'm always eepy.
That's my secret, Cap. I'm always eepy. Collapses on the floor.
Collapses on the floor, turns light blue instead of green. Hulk? You okay? Hulk, sleep! I don't think we got the right Bruce Banner, guys.
Damn multiverse.
That is one of the things of Brave New World that ticked me off, was I would have bet you anything there would have been a cameo by Bruce Banner. Nope.
JKR said
Does
through
have one really
text-to-speech.
surprising did have one
JKR
very
said through,
surprising cameo I didn't see coming that I won't spoil.
Okay. JKR, by the way, said through text-to-speech, go the fuck to sleep for it.
Make me, you coward!
I'm sure there's an easier way to do this. I just never claimed to be good at puzzles.
Guys, I'll be alright. I can make it through to the end of this stream. But I appreciate the,
Also, Kier's here now, and he says that he uses
Hi, Kier.
sleep powder.
for it reuses resist.
I know where Jean is. I just need to arrange the platforms correctly. She's on that,
glad
like,
you know
middle
where Jean is.
platform over there. That's not a move, so it fails.
Actually, it is.
Depending on which gen you're playing.
Yeah. It's like one of the shield moves. Pretty fucking sure it's a move.
Are you sure you're not thinking of
Fuck yeah.
Reflect?
Might be.
He is EP after all. Protect, that's it. Or thinking of the insomnia ability. See, Cloud's got your back.
I do have insomnia.
So do
That
I,
is
due
actually
to
a
a
problem.
lifelong caffeine addiction. Ha!
Oh.
Joke's on you about using Spore. Spore's a mediocre game.
Also, I will send
I
you
was
this
wrong about
cursed
where Jean
image.
is.
I will send you this cursed image later after the stream, but they just revealed the toy line for the Minecraft movie.
Oh, I've seen the Minecraft movie Villagers. They look horrifying and anti-Semitic.
No, this is like a action figure that has been released. This is a cursed image.
Like, they put so much money into unironically creating those hyper-realistic Minecraft memes and trying to pass it off as like, oh, this is what the Minecraft movie should look like, when, like, everyone agrees that all they wanted was the in-game Minecraft models and textures.
Oh, very much so. The sad part is they've openly admitted they wish they could have done that. And that this wasn't, like, people were like, this is clearly going to be a Sonic situation where they have to go back and remake the movie.
Well, they've
and
said they're not going to do that.
Yeah, they've said they can't at this point. That we are, and I quote, just going to have to live with it and trust them that it is a good movie.
Yeah, like, in the Sonic situation, the reason they were able to do that is because they were so, like, they hadn't gotten far enough in the visual effects process that it was too late to redo Sonic's everything with Sonic. They had only done everything that was in that trailer.
Right.
Whereas with the Minecraft movie, it's too late. They would have to redo the entire movie.
Yup. To be fair, and I don't know your opinions on certain people, and I'm not going to try to manipulate or change your opinions. I do love Jack Black.
I love Jack Black too. Yeah, I think he's without getting too political, there's some of his recent stuff that I think he's a little bit too like sensitive on, but I don't think he's a bad person. I just think he needs a better agent.
Very much so. To be fair, JKR, you hate everybody. And I mean that lovingly. I don't mean that, like, in an asshole way.
Yeah, I like older Jack Black, not, like, modern-day Jack Black. Not just in terms of his acting, but, like, personality-wise. He's just kind of become your average boomer.
To be fair, yeah. I did love him as Bowser, though. I will say that.
Yeah,
He
Bowser
shot
was
me as Bowser.
That was a role made for him. And it goes to show that he can play an intimidating villain in addition to being funny.
Yeah. I haven't seen Dear Santa yet, but I've heard nothing but bad things. And I will,
Kitty's up here.
I will be the first person to tell you his cameo in. Oh, there she is.
There she is. Just gotta heal first.
I'll be the first one to tell you his cameo in The Mandalorian was absolutely fucking pointless.
Anyway, Kitty. There she is.
No. Then again, that whole fucking episode was pointless because it was literally just, hey, check out this celebrity cameo. The episode.
I'll give you this one for free.
Grandpa's words of wisdom. Are you brave enough to eat poison? I'm not, because I want to keep living.
I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm clapping.
I want to burn the image of my family's faces into my retinas till the moment I die.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So don't forget, most restaurant chains are poison.
It all ties into his thing about how you should only eat locally, like local produce and never eat at chain restaurants.
But yeah, back on Jack Black. I agree. I do actually like prefer his like older stuff. Like School of Rock was amazing. The fuck else? My brain went dead for a minute.
Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, Kung Fu Panda, like the original Kung Fu Panda trilogy.
Tenacious D.
Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny, yeah. Even Tropical Thunder to a small
Yeah,
extent,
Tropic Thunder he was good in. Because he was playing a satire of the kind of character that he's usually cast as.
Yeah. I was going to say, oddly enough, that was like he was like my least favorite part of that movie. Like, I preferred everybody else of that movie to him.
Alright, time for the text adventure.
Oh boy, everyone, get ready! Are your butts clenched with excitement?
Episode 2, Magic Tiger of the Mound.
If anybody wants to hop on now and help us out with some of these voice quirks.
This one's pretty short, so we shouldn't need that.
Okay.
Let's go, Gene.
Wait a second. Go where exactly?
To find the death balls. Is there a problem?
So we're gonna do, or we're, so we're doing this like a visual novel, huh?
There's no reason not to. Them's the rules.
Rules are meant to be broken. Didn't they teach you that in school? That's just common sense, even for cats.
So what's your problem? Come on, spill your brains. This bike just won't stop. The death balls await, out past the wind.
Listen up, Travis. Most of these gamers bought this game expecting a goddamn action game.
So?
So they don't want a buttload of text. Get it?
Hold up. So what am I supposed to do? What, you worried about our meta score? You scared of gamer reviews? If that's how you feel about it, then quit.
Seriously? You're cool with just ending the series here? Just scrap the plans for the big old number 3?
Furret, your fem voice is pretty good. I thought a tab was open and went searching for this entire time. Oh. I don't know what that last part means.
He's saying he thought he had another tab open and that's where the voice was coming from. It took him a bit to figure out it was you.
Oh, nice.
Because if you've ever seen Kier's browser, he has at least 50 tabs open at once.
Jeez.
If you're fine with that, then go ahead.
Oh, shit. Okay.
The Travis Strikes Back Digest. Coffee and Donuts was an original title for the Death Drive Mark II, a collaboration between Juvenile and Natsuma. Natsuma was a famous Taiwanese game creator. Juvenile was a huge fan of his SRPGs. Spinning doesn't really work with the 2D model. They began the project after she sent him fan mail. Natsuma's most famous title was Eternal Organic Battle. The balance between story and gameplay was perfect. Natsuma sent over his storyline. A group of revolutionaries battle against corrupt politicians. They use smarts and guerrilla tactics to fight against the government. The story of the resistance. They say Natsuma's brilliant story made Juvenile cry. Why come the bonk other than it hasn't happened on stream yet? Anyway, I go and meet with a hardcore Natsuma fanboy. A Natsuma fanboy might have coffee and donuts.
Oh, God.
Fanboys
Oh, God.
talk, like, a lot. I sat through 2 hours of Natsuma fanboy talk. Finally, I was able to ask about the death ball. I find out that the Texas Bronco Donuts chain purchased coffee and donuts in an auction.
I feel attacked.
I receive an invitation to Texas Bronco. They send me through to the owner's room. It's a really pimped out, luxurious room. Rich people have class. The furniture is all casina. The rug is Persian. We give a toast with scotch. Turns out the owner knows me. Apparently he'd seen my assassin ranking fights on pay-per-view. He paid $3 million per fight. The championship fight cost $10 million. The United Assassins Association made crazy bank. So anyway, it turned out he was a fan of mine. He brings the death ball out from a hidden room. He said he wanted to make Badman's dream come true. What? Why does he even know that dickhead? Turns out when Badman played for the Astros, the owner had been a famous pitcher and Badman's teammate. Blew out his shoulder 3 seasons in and retired. He tells me Badman was a great catcher. I don't give a shit.
Giggity.
He had an amazing arm. Must have, with that swing and all. Finally, the owner tells me his name. Nigel McAllister. The legendary pitcher. I'm a huge McAllister fan. Gene and I take the death ball and head home. Let's go, Gene! How was that?
Nice one. Just the right amount of text. Your Metascore went up 5 points.
For reals?
I don't know.
I'll kill you.
Let's go go home, Travis.
Badman's waiting. So yeah, like I said, Shorter, he just skips through the story.
That was actually fucking cute at the end. Your match score just went up 5 points. Really? I don't know. Oh, God. I'll admit, I love Jean. She is adorable.
You're going to love her in No More Heroes 3, where she has an actual voice.
Oh, the one where you've deliberately said you won't spoil who's voicing her, and you've forbidden me from looking up the voice cast?
Yes.
Okay. To be
Also,
fair, I still have not looked up the voice cast.
And she's also your battle commentator in that game, doing like call-outs for when you get high combos and stuff.
Nice.
All right. The last thing I'll probably show off, other than probably trying to level up again if I have enough points. Yes, I do.
So
I keep forgetting to level
I
up, because this is the only game that has a level up mechanic.
So for a while, I kept hearing of this block in Minecraft called a mending table. So I'm thinking it's an actual block. But do you know what it actually is?
A table?
A chair?
A table that you left your keys up on? Oh, an anvil. We got our archives of magazine coverage for Life
Go
is
to your
Destroying
room,
Coffee and
JKR.
Donuts. I'll admit, that was a good one. You got me there, JKR, for once.
Go to your room, JKR.
But yeah, here's some magazine coverage of Life is Destroy. And some cheat codes you can enter.
Nice.
Every level has cheat codes, but they only work in specific areas of each level.
God.
And they also have ratings for each game, based on
Night
characters.
Shadow Dragon.
Night Shadow Dragon. They're based on characters, music and sound effects, originality, addictiveness, and whether it's worth buying.
Yeah.
They also have, I probably should have looked at these tips. Because that would have, help me. Also, lick the death ball for a real eye-opener. Here's a little trick you never would have thought of. Sometimes you get totally sucked into a game and you realize it's almost morning and it's all you can do to not pass out. When that happens, make your way to the place in the photo, pick up a death ball not currently in use, and try stuffing the whole thing in your mouth. Voila! The electricity shooting through your skull will open those eyeballs right up. Kinda like licking a 9-volt battery. It's fun and nostalgic.
Oh, Jesus.
Also, apparently, Doppelganger is the most prolific serial killer in history because he's claimed more than 3,200 victims.
Oh, Jesus. That's like,
He's not a serial killer at that point.
no, that's just Satan.
And then we've got our preview for Coffee and Donuts. So, we've got Steampunk Iron Man, except his suit's made out of wood.
God.
And it's powered by the brain of his dead father, who was the king of a small Scandinavian country that was overthrown.
God.
Also, play a DAT tape in reverse to hear an evil curse? Is this a bug, or did the developer do this on purpose? You have to check out what we found. Make your way to the place in the photo, and then immediately try playing the Death Drive console's DAT tape backwards. This will let you hear a special version of Sylvia's answering machine message. According to rumor, it's actually kinda nice, and if you're lucky, you may even get to hear a message from certain children. Be sure to try it out. Sylvia, for the record, is Travis's love interest from the first 2 games.
Oh my God. Our conversation from earlier in the stream comes back. That's actually hilarious.
Which one?
About backmasking.
About backmasking, yeah.
Oh my god. That's beautiful, man.
But yeah, let's drop a save, and then we will Cloud, if you're still here, please repost the name of the person you wanted raided again, so I make sure I raid the right person. Since you did redeem that.
Oh god, it's dark and scary. Oh, okay, okay.
We had to get out of the void. Void.
The void.
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 Not Taco. Taco is a, Taco's not in discussion tonight. Lily Darkmoon, okay. Thank you, JKR.
Burrito. Burrito. Oh, yeah.
There we go. Ooh, Lily Darkmoon is playing Kingdom Hearts. One of the Kingdom Heartses. Let's see which one.
Nice.
Oh, that's Kingdom Hearts 1.
Nice. So that's 2 conversations from earlier in the stream that came back.
Yeah.
No, wait, no,
All right,
we didn't talk about Kingdom Hearts on stream. That's right.
We talked about it before stream, but still. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you to Furret for joining me tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow night with Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. And until then, unpleasant dreams.
Please allow us to fuck off.
Good night, everybody.